Hi there guys, welcome to issue number 37. Let's get straight into it. So I won't be making this up today because we are retreading old ground, but I do have some Rise of Ruins which I will show you. So we'll put this away for now. If you're tuning in for competition results, just get yourself to the end of the video. Okay, issue number 37. Chronicles of Ultramar, Recess Shade your Ultramarines, and Warlords in your games. So, what have we got in this issue? This issue comes with a second Rise of Ruins terrain kit for your games. This set of ruins completes the terrain on your playmat, and once you've followed our painting guide, your terrain set will be complete. There are 2 more paint guides this issue, both of which will focus on your Ultramarines to add some variety to this week's mission. There's a printed Sky Shield landing pad for your forces to capture. We've also included rules for adding Warlords to your games. These are the commanders of your forces and represent you and your opponent on the tabletop. It's time for you to take the front lines. Okay, happy hobbying. So this week we're going to learn about Sorcerers, Chronicles of Ultramar, building our Rise of Ruins, painting them as well as paint guides for Space Marines and recess shading. And then core rules 2 is Warlords, rules terrain 3 is the Sky Shield landing pad, and rules mission number 21 is evac incoming. Okay, so let's get into it. Sorcerers. Death Guard sorcerers are able to harness the power of the warp, calling down the pestilent blessings of Grandfather Nurgle upon ally and enemy alike. Okay, so this looks pretty interesting. So the reason we've got sorcerers in this is because we've got some coming up very soon. Okay, so that's interesting. Chronicles of Ultramar, so this is more history for us. The Ultramarines battle record begins at the dawn of the Imperium. Rabut Gulliman rises to lead his sons in the Great Crusade. The Ultramarines recapture hundreds of worlds. Unfortunately, this period of enlightenment and human progress would soon be halted by betrayal and civil war. Okay, so I can feel some Horus Heresy stuff coming up in future issues. So this details information from Millennium 30 to 33. Okay, now we've got how to build Rise of Ruins. We've seen this all before in a couple of issues ago. We've got more painting, so this brings forward what we've already done, but brings the addition of some newer paints like Celestra Grey and I believe Mephiston Red. Okay, how to paint Space Marine details. So it's got more stuff for our chaplain and our apothecary, as well as getting our Athonian camo shade into more of our work. Interesting, it's got on Lieutenant Calcius, he's got the camo shade on his little insignia there. Now, I don't remember that insignia being on the model. Perhaps you guys can help me out. Was that insignia on the model or has that been freehand painted on there? Let me know. Okay, checking your Space Marines for mist details. So that's good. Then it goes on to recess shading, which is also good. Very good. Okay, core rules number 2, Warlords. Every army in Warhammer 40,000 has a Warlord, an overall leader that is picked before the battle. As the leaders of the armies, these heroes represent the players on the tabletop. If the Warlord is a character, the model will gain a special ability called the Warlord Traits. Interesting, very good. And it's got some more stuff about that there. Very good. Warlord Traits explained. Here are 3 Warlord traits for you to use in your games. From now on, both players need to choose a Warlord immediately before deployment. If a character is chosen, players can choose or roll on the chart for one of the Warlord traits. The Warlord immediately gains this new ability. So these 3 traits are Legendary Fighter. This Warlord charges in the charge phase, add 1 to their attack characteristic until the end of the fight phase. Inspiring Leader. Friendly units within 6 inches of this Warlord can add 1 to their leadership characteristic. And Tenacious Survivor. Roll each time this Warlord loses a wound. On a 6, the Warlord avoids the damage and doesn't lose the wound. So that's very interesting as well. Okay, Sky Shield landing pad. On the reverse of this page is an additional piece of printed scenery for you to use with this mission. For now, your Sky Shield landing pad has no additional rules, but it represents the Space Marine evacuation point for this issue's mission. Here we show you how to place this piece. So, it's quite simply tearing this page out and laying it on the corner of our Corvon 2 mat, which is straightforward. Okay, then that brings us into our rules mission number 21, evac incoming. Sergeant Decius ducks behind a chunk of fallen masonry and slaps another clip into his bolt rifle. Heretic forces were pressing forward, pushing the Space Marines into an uncomfortably small section of the shattered city. He emerged from his hiding spot and snapped off another burst of rounds, dropping a Poxwalker into the rubble. Okay, good, interesting. So let's see what we need to set this up then. So we've got our landing pad already in the corner. That's a different shape to what we've got. All right, okay, yeah. So this, you can actually cut this out if you want to do that, but there's no need because it looks as though the rest of this printed section should line up with your mat anyway. Get to the dropship. The Space Marines must reach the landing pad and hold it until their evacuation vessel arrives. The Death Guard are already closing in. If the heretics reach the pad first, they can stop the Space Marines from escaping and steal the gene seed being carried by the apothecary. Okay, the Death Guard and Space Marine forces deploy in the areas shown on the map. Remember to choose a Warlord before you begin. Deploying models. Before you begin deploying models. This is particularly important as you will score points for eliminating your opponent's Warlord. So the armies are Chaos Rhino, Tainted Cohort, 5 Plague Marines and the Foul Blightspawn up against 5 Intercessors, 3 Aggressors, 3 Hellblasters, the Apothecary and the Librarian. So the deployment zones are on here. Both players roll off, the winner can decide who deploys first. Both players then alternate deploying their units until all units have been deployed. The Death Guard player takes the first turn. Okay, that's good. So the victory conditions are the player with the most models on the landing pad at the end of the game scores 3 victory points. The first player to eliminate an enemy unit gains 1 additional victory point. Both players score 2 victory points if they manage to eliminate the enemy Warlord. The game lasts for 5 battle rounds. Okay, that's cool. Right, so what is coming up? Your next conquests. Death Guard Plague Surgeon, which looks pretty cool, and that also comes with the Mechanicus Zone Battle Mat, which we've been looking forward to. So it's got the Plague Surgeon rules, detailed guides and exciting new mission. So this is good. New mat means more variety in the game, so that's brilliant. Okay, and then 39 we've got History of Mankind, Space Marine Fleets and Captain Sicarius, who's this dude here who looks pretty awesome. So he's, yeah, Primaris Captain. And then in the magazine we've got detailed guides, Rotigus Rainfather and an exciting new mission. So that's good. So I'm liking the magazine this week. Very cool. I like it. So some good new rules. I like this addition to what we're doing. It's, you know, it adds a bit of variety to the way we're playing the game. So that is very cool. I like it. Okay, so let's have a look at the Rise of Ruins. So like I say, I'm not building this up because I've already got some Rise of Ruins. So you'll have seen this from not that many issues ago, but let's just give you a quick butchers at this. So again, it's not amazing terrain by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. Ooh. It's another small piece that we can use for cover. Very nice. On a larger bit, you shoot it out the window. Pew pew. Cool. Very good. And finally, there's just a hatch. So Again, you know, it's not the most exciting terrain or anything like that, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in today. Competition wise, last week's winner for issue number 36 is Richard O'Toole. So Richard, in the description you'll find my email address. Drop me an email and I will get this out to you. Just in the same way, if anyone else wants to email me, have a look in the description. If you've got any ideas you want me to do or anything you want me to look at, absolutely drop me an email and I will consider it. In terms of this week, I couldn't get a second copy yet. So those of you who are in the know that I get this from my local newsagent and ask him to get extra copies in for me. I've actually pushed my subscription up to 2 copies, but somehow he didn't get that second copy out to me this week. So I will be looking for another copy. So if I manage to get one, I will absolutely give it away next week. So to be in with a chance of winning it, should I get it, all you need to do is be a subscriber and drop a comment. And that's it. So thanks very much guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.